in the Netherlands, I know currently I know they're sort of driving farmers out of business and so on and so forth, and there's a lot of push in there. What is the climate with regard to diet in the Netherlands currently? Is it everybody trying to push everybody to go plant-based? Is that what's going on?
I do see a push towards it. There's so much more commercials on the television to go plant-based. All the fast food restaurants are adding more plant-based options to their meals. I think, many people already, I noticed them actually repeating things what vegans would say, or milk is for baby cows, and everybody's basically talking really positively about plant-based eating. But I did see in the numbers that actually people are eating more meat here now than even a year before. So I don't think they're really walking their talk. Mm-hmm. They're promoting it. The television is showing it. They're all trying to push the people in that direction. But I don't think the Dutch people are biting in or getting into it so much yet.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about it. And, if you look at the statistics, worldwide veganism is still very low, like 1% of the population worldwide. There's a few countries where it's low, like the UK, I think, has the highest percentage, might be maybe somebody else. But and it's still very low, maybe 2-3% at most. And we are seeing increased meat consumption throughout the world for good reason, because it's good food. So when you went vegan, did you have a lot of support, a lot of people supporting you, saying, good job, great, family, friends? What was that like? Or did they say it's crazy?
Yeah, basically the first responses I got, like, what are you doing? My mom called me an extremist. You cannot be an extremist. My father thought I was crazy. Like he almost yelled at me, like, what are you doing? You cannot do that. And I actually started losing friends just because of the way I behaved. I thought I knew it better. I thought I was doing the right thing, and all of them don't know enough. So I basically started losing my friends by becoming vegan, and I would just consume content online and feeling like they were my friends because I didn't have many people around me that thought this was a good idea. So no, I didn't have much support, but at some point people just started to accept this. I noticed that people didn't really like it. They weren't happy about it, but they accepted it and let me do my thing, basically. There was nobody ever really challenging me on it too, which I find unfortunate. I see it online. Of course, people challenge each other and they have discussions about it, but I unfortunately didn't have anyone around me that would say, that give me good reasons why not to do it and show me some facts or anything. There was nobody around me doing that, unfortunately.
Well, it's interesting because I've had interactions with a lot of vegans. It doesn't matter what facts you show them; they don't care. It's like, I don't believe that your study is fake. It's on and on. There's just excuse after excuse, and all the people. There's one person that thinks that everybody on a carnivore diet is a bot on social media. They're all made up bots, and none of us exist. And so, it makes me kind of laugh when I see that. When did you get into the whole ideologic side of things? We're killing less animals, we're saving the environment. Was that part of what you were doing, or was it all purely health-based for skin conditions?
Yeah, initially it was just for my health, but then I watched documentary Earthlings, and then I started to see the animal aspect of it. I know in that documentary, they really show the worst of the worst, of course, but that really hit me. And I thought that was also the moment that I went fully vegan. Before that, I might have had some chicken once a week, a little bit of cheese here and there. It became a thing for the animals too. And then I learned about the environment, these reasons as well. It became an ideology for me too. And that's also what mostly stuck me to stay on the vegan diet.
Yeah. I think a lot of people that get wrapped up in the ideology, even if the health, because I hear a lot of them say it's not about health. Eventually they'll concede it's not really about improving my health. It's more about saving animals and so on and so forth. And even though they're getting sicker and they know they're getting sicker, they're still clinging to this sort of belief system, which I think is highly flawed for a number of reasons. Did you, are there things that you maybe said to other people as a vegan, like, that you now regret? Are there any things you say, if I could go back, I would change the way I address folks? Was that ever, whatever, anything you think about?
Yeah, for sure. I there's so many things, like probably too much to list, but there's so many things I said that I wish I could take back or never said. I know that I was acting like I knew it all, and like every discussion, I thought I had the right answers, and I knew it so much better than them. So I would say. Also kind of bad things to people. I would find them terrible for eating meat, for example, and you're killing the planet. You're murdering baby cows if you eat dairy. So I would say these things, and I would think it was totally just cool for me to do that. And now I look back on it and I feel really sorry. I even remember I made this personal message to many people after I quit veganism and said sorry to them, like, sorry for how I behaved. Thank you for still being, like, for the people that were still around me. Thank you for being there still for me. And yeah, so I really felt that I had to say sorry to some people around me.
What was the final straw that said, I'm going to put eggs back in my diet? But at what point, where were you at? Like what was the thing that said, okay, I got to do something different? Where were you at? What was going on?
Yeah. I remember it was like 2018, and I noticed that I just couldn't eat any more fruit. Everything sweet, I would just like go on a really mental roller coaster. My body would feel so bad. And yeah, I really noticed just my health getting worse, my mental health getting worse, much more depressed about everything. For example, it took me sometimes just to go grocery shopping. I had to mentally prepare myself for 3 hours to get out of the door, go get groceries, come back, and I was exhausted and I couldn't do anything anymore. So I started noticing and observing these things about me. I just felt like a shadow of my former self. So I thought, there is something really going wrong. And at some point, I was just eating coconut fat. I had a raw vegan protein shake, and I drank coconut water. And that's all I was like, that I could have, because anything else would upset my stomach. I would be bloated, I had pains and everything. So I noticed also myself losing so much weight because of doing that. But it was better for me not to eat than eat anything, because I would feel better not to eat, because all those plant food were really damaging me. And at some point, I didn't even know where to look anymore for advice or help. Yeah, I think then because I always was consuming vegan content, I would always just go to the vegan sources. Now I thought I should maybe listen to someone that is not vegan, just try to be a little bit open-minded and listen to someone that is trying to improve their health, who is actually consuming some animal products. And actually, the biggest push for me was listening to Michaela Peterson and her story about how she dealt with her health problems, and how eating only meat basically helped her so much. And it was such a crazy idea for me to listen to her talk about that. And then also her father that I saw on a podcast talking about this. And I thought, this cannot be true, but I still listened to it. I still was very open-minded. And I think after 2 weeks or so, I thought, yeah, I'm just going to try some eggs. What could eggs do to me? I don't think I will get poisoned right away, because I thought anything animal-based would literally poison me, and I would, like, really crazy. I was thinking about it. But then, yeah, I went to the store, got some eggs, got some butter, and prepared that. And it was, yeah, literally, Michaela Peterson gave me that push. But it was also me finally opening up a little bit to information outside of the vegan realm.